Disclaimer, I have played Battlebit Remastered. In my opinion, it is a fun little game to play, and this video is meant to be a bit of a satire on the game and the player base in general, based on my experience playing it. First thing I wish I knew before I started playing is most game modes and overall gameplay requires very little brain power to play. If you're having cooling issues in the CPU and GPU in your noggin, this is the game for you. Want to take a break and leave the spaghetti ball upstairs relaxing for a few hours while you just run around like a headless chicken? Bingo! Whether all you can do is main base camping, doing one-man flanks of the entire enemy team, or just hold W and spray, it's all covered. Almost all the rounds you're going to play in Battlebit Remastered are meant to be played while not using the reasoning part of your brain like at all. If you start to think about what you, the battlefield, the teams, and what they're doing, you have already lost. Most matches are absolutely void of any strategy, organization, or teamwork, resulting in absolute chaos between two masses of players, one on each side, kind of dancing around each other, taking objectives in orders that make no sense. Proof of this is the fact that the only game mode that has any semblance of organization, Frontline, is probably the least played overall. It has been so rare, I would definitely class it as the new Mewtwo of the game. You see, in Frontline, the entire team fights over a few objectives at a time and have to successfully capture them before moving to the next ones, since the areas outside the objectives being in contention are kind of blocked from the enemy team. This means everyone is forced to play together to play the objectives and push the other team out, capture it, and move on to the next. It results in a more organized and mature gameplay with everyone working together for the same objectives. In the other modes I have played, it's all out nonsense. You see, the entire map is open to go and you can take any point of control in any order, and that results in things like this. Main base camping, the teams rush out of the gate past each other and end up on the other team's main base. It's honestly the most hilarious, stupid thing I've ever seen in a game like this. If you sit back and enjoy the show both teams put on for you, it's like the Mr. Bean of shooters. Everyone is having a good time using everything except the ability to think. Almost like watching two schools of piranha chasing after each other in circles on a round lake. Second, if you consume copious amounts of stimulants and want a game to unleash those heightened senses and movement, they got you covered. Everything from QE spamming like a spastic little chimp, AD spamming like the confused crab on crack, W keying to everything like the cheetah of FPS games some aspire to be, they encourage all of it. Since there is no order or any real sense of organization, pallet-size amounts of your favorite stimulant are recommended. Battlebit Remastered's gameplay pace is insane. You can spawn basically anywhere there's a member of your squad not being fired upon beyond the uncontested points your team controls. And considering most matches I have played, it could be basically anywhere. There are matches where the only place to spawn outside of your main base is the point closest to the enemy team's main base. I know, right? Movement is so fast, and since there are some desync issues, the only key you really need to use to get kills is W. It's honestly just another typical arcade shooter on steroids. All you need to use is your instincts, because any reasoning or thought-related lag will probably get you killed. Now, since I am an older gamer, I tend to prefer sniping the snipers on the enemy team. And even here, with the ludicrous, laughable optics glint of any scope over a 4x, you don't even need to use your eyes much. What you need to do is spam Q and E, crouch, stand back up at a blistering sequence of key presses, apparently. It looks so stupid I spend half the time just laughing at these key spammers like they're cocaine-addicted prairie dogs looking for their next fix. Third, if you don't give a rat's ass about winning or losing and just want a game that focuses on what really matters, on the one thing the world should care about, you, and what you do yourself, your stats, your kills, then welcome aboard, you narcissistic little cunt. Winning or losing is irrelevant. It's all about you, your progression, your kills, your XP. Nothing that's happening around you matters. It's all just low-poly scenery. You know this game is still being developed, but as it stands right now, there is little to no incentive to team play. I would go as far as to say it only gets in the way. Do you want to progress your leveling faster? Just go medic and just do medic things, regardless of what's happening around you. That XP is going to pile up faster than any other role. Do you want to progress your current weapon and unlock all the bells and whistles? Keep your fight to where you get the most kills, in the chaotic, nonsensical melee where the two main schools of players meet. If your squad wants to go for a control point and hold it, let them. It does not guarantee the fight and the kills you need to progress your weapon, so who cares? At the end of the day, it's all about you. Did your squad get wiped and they all suck and lose points of control? Whatever. Everything is absolutely fine as long as you get your kills, your XP, and your progression. It's their fault they care about winning and playing together. You didn't, so you progressed faster. GG. Fourth, if you want to use guns in full auto only, have almost no recoil, and make sure the fact you put in hundreds of hours in the game equals smashing the kneecaps of every new player, kick back and enjoy the Timmy culling in Battlebit Remastered. Full auto fire is the only way to use your weapon in almost any situation. With the progression of the game and the parts and buffs you can unlock, you can basically full auto up to 200 meters. Something absolutely ridiculous in any real-world translation. But this game doesn't have one. It's like some in the genre, absolutely separated from reality in every way, except how things look if the universe was low poly. You're often going to see other players in full combat armor, carrying belt-fed machine guns like they're just broom handles, lasering players 3 digits out like nothing. It's all about the power creep instead of choice in your preferable weapon. Every gun you unlock in general will be more and more powerful with more capabilities and more overall effectiveness. And in the end, it's all about the kill streak, not the team or the battle's result. Since there really is no incentive to play with your squad or have teamwork at all, because weapon XP is more on kills, the more bullets you can send flying out of your near zero recoil gun, the better. And don't worry, as you progress, the skill to use full auto effectively will be dramatically reduced. So yay! And before the low poly Karens start typing in the comments that the dude from the Royal Armories did a weapon review and was very impressed, ask him if he knows of a lot of cases where people take a headshot and go on like it's a regular Tuesday, or helmets stopping anything over a 9mm and the guy still in them remaining conscious. It's a bit surreal to me to see headshot markers but not a kill, and yet shit like suppression exists. Yes, on one hand, we want more realistic features, but on the other hand, suck pee-pee because headstrong. Lastly, and most important of all, are you a social butterfly that only uses voice comms to taunt enemies after they kill you or you kill them, to ask for ammo drops, or to thank a teammate for reviving you? Welcome, you lovely Charlotte, you. That's a Sex and the City reference, by the way, because all of you watched it dreaming and getting into Samantha's panties. Or at least I did. Everything else is frowned upon and probably will be labeled illegally and against the terms of service very soon by the studio. Most of the players follow this unwritten rule and sound like half comatose hungover best men the night after a great bachelor party they can't remember. So you'll feel right at home. Thanks, dude. Anybody got ammo? Or, your aim sucks harder than your mother did, Nasli, bro. It's almost as if the intended overall brain usage while playing this game is adhered to by most players. I have had so many interactions with players like this, I think we need to set up a hotline for them so they get the help they need. This game is like a little nap for your brain, the thinking part of it anyway, and since talking requires a little reasoning, it gets impaired by the low CPU usage on your noggin PC. Now I would like to leave a little note to the devs. You have made a great little fun game, but it needs a few things from you so we can save players from the semi-vegetative state the game currently puts them in. First, let us choose in the menu what game mode we want to play, so people can just choose Conquest or Frontline or whatever in a drop-down menu, click play, and get put in a server that only has that game mode on all the time, and just vote for the maps. If we want to switch game modes, then we leave, select another game mode, and click play. You could keep a random game mode like there is now, with the player being put in a server with the current voting, but it would definitely be an improvement to have an option to choose a server with the only game mode that you want to play if you want to, and not have it change the next match, and then have to go and look for another server playing the game mode you want, only to play half the match because it's already ongoing, and then having to leave again because they changed the game mode and having to get... Just separate the loner chaos from the team players. Both will love you for it. Also, give us some actual palpable bonuses to team play and point defense. We need to be incentivized not only to always keep pushing, but also to defend a point. Something like a small tick of XP once every 30 seconds you're in a control point your team controls. Just a little, to give players that choose to defend a point more of a motive to stick around and keep it. Right now, it feels a detriment to your progression to choose to not always be on the attack. Look, like I said, it's a fun little game to play, but realistically, don't put any thought into it. Just do you and try to have fun. Maybe chill for a few hours after work or on a Sunday afternoon kind of thing. You know what I mean. How about yourselves? Do you like Battlebit Remastered? Are there some quirks or features that result in some funny stuff that you see? What improvements would you suggest to the devs? Let me know in the comments below. Just please be respectful. Leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.